The Rabbit R1 is an AI powered gadget that can use your apps for you. JC Liu, the CEO and the founder of an AI startup called Rabbit, says he doesn't want to replace your smartphones, at least not right away. His company New Gadget, a $199 standalone AI device called the R1, is so strangely ambitious that Liu seems to think he cannot help but replace your phone at some point, just not quite yet. The R1 looks a little bit a playdate console or maybe a modernized version of one of those 90s era handheld TVs. It is a standalone gadget about a half the size of the iPhone with a 2.88 inches touchscreen, a rotating camera for taking photos and a video, and a scroll wheel button. You press the navigation around or talk to the device built-in assistant. It has a 2.3 GHz MediaTek processor, 4 GB of memory, and a 128 GB of storage, all inside a rounded body designed in collaboration with the design firm in teenage engineering. R Rabbit says about the battery is that it lasts all day. I spent a few minutes with R1 after Rabbit's launch event, and it's an impressive piece of hardware. Only one device loose was actually functional, and even that one couldn't do much because of spotty hotel Wi-Fi, but the R1 is surprisingly light and feels much nicer than it looks in pictures. Its buttons are clicky and satisfying, which is no surprise for teenage engineering, and the whole thing fits nicely in my grip. It's definitely a fingerprint magnet touch. The software inside the R1 is the real story. Rabbit's operating system called the Rabbit OS and the AI tech underneath Rabbit, then a ChatGPT like large language model. Rabbit says Rabbit OS is based on large action model. Now, large language model is something called as a ChatGPT, where you can ask like doing homework or something like that. But in large action model, you can perform actions like messaging, calls, or something else. And the best way I can describe it is a sort of universal controller for apps. We wanted to find a universal solution just like large language model. He says, how can we find universal solution to actually trigger our services regardless of whether you are a website or an app or whatever platform or desktop? In spirit, it's an idea similar to Alexa or Google Assistant. Rabbit OS can control your music, order your car, buy your groceries, send you messages, and more. Isn't it amazing? If you are liking this video, hit the subscribe button, and if you love what I am doing, kindly share with your friends. I want to be in 100k till December. Okay, no balancing apps and logins, just ask for what you want and let the device deliver. The R1's on-screen interface will be a service series of categories based codes for music or transportations or video chats, and Liu says the screen mostly exists so that you can verify the model's output on your own rather than build a bunch of APIs and try to convince developers to support the R1. Though Rabbit trained its model on how to use existing apps for itself. The large action models or LM was trained by humans interacting with apps like Spotify and Uber, essentially showing the model how they work. The LM trained learned with a setting icon looked like how to know when an order was confirmed and where the search menus are. All that Liu says can be applied to any apps anywhere. It was our one Rabbits. Wanna see more gadgets? Hit the subscribe button. Signing off. See you. Bye bye.